Boogamaroo. Yeah.
I just want to start this episode by looking at the audience one time.
Telling them we love them.
We love you.
Thanks for coming back.
Thanks for coming back another week.
Kristen, thanks for coming
first
back.
time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, welcome back. You've been gone.
Podcast.
Last week was so weird without you. Granted, Rep was here. Shout out Rep.
Nah, shout out Rep one time
For sure.
Thanks
for holding
for
it down.
The shoes.
But it was just a weird week mainly because it was a holiday week.
Yeah.
Cheers for Kristen
Oh,
coming
we
back.
didn't even get to cheers for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was a holiday
Happy
week, so
Thanksgiving.
it was weird not seeing you for Turkey Day.
Do you want to talk about your Thanksgiving experience? Or
Yeah, so shout out my grandma. She's doing all right.
She's doing good?
Yeah, she's doing good. She had knee surgery, and then she had, like, 3 days later, she had a heart attack at night. And my grandma's a soldier, and after she got around, like, the first 2 days in the ICU were scary. Like, they had her on meds, and she was like, they thought she had a stroke, they thought all this stuff, and, like, she was, like, hallucinating, and it was just gnarly.
I hate hospitals.
Yeah, that sounds wild.
Definitely, like, hard to be strong, but had to be strong for her. Anyways, after she was, like, getting to feeling a little better, she said, "I don't think I had a heart attack." I said, oh, Grandma, well, what do you think that happened to you? She said, "I've been feeling like that for years." So, I don't know
if that's, like, a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, she's, like, got some hardening of the arteries.
I will say, regardless of what a hospital tells me, I'm gonna go with what my grandma says. Like, if she says,
facts.
My grandma did not have a heart attack.
Yeah, I don't give two shits what the doctor says or what the tests say. Like,
I mean, they considered it like AFib, whatever. Her artery was, like, not working.
Can I ask if that Band-Aid blunt is it hitting?
You know, this little hospital blunt is doing okay.
That Band-Aid blunt is hitting, and so is this brand new episode of EOD Podcast.
There you go.
End of the day podcast.
It is your boy Sin Supreme.
Sin
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's your boy T.
exclusive.
And it's me, Kristen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
The gang is all here.
That louder
Feel me?
get ya.
Yeah, blunt got her.
Is that was it outdoor, indoor? A little bit of both.
A little bit of both, and honestly,
a little bit of outdoor, indoor.
you got some homegrown in there. Shout out Pop.
Some homegrown.
Sending me the homegrown pack. Definitely, might be the Swisher as well.
There we go.
I'm not a huge Swisher guy. I'm gonna keep it real.
There's some people out there who swear by them.
Bro,
That's what I was raised on.
Yo, some people just be smoking this straight, no weed, just.
I think smoking habits and what people smoke is so interesting. Like how they only smoke one specific thing and will only swear by something. I think is like extremely interesting.
Were you ever smoking Black and Milds?
Yes, I was smoking. Dude,
Did you freak the Black and Mild?
Me personally,
What does freak the Black and Mild mean?
I'm not sure I know what that is.
So you twist it until all the guts come out, and then you take this, like, little thin piece of paper out of it, and they say that it causes more cancer, and then you fill it back up.
No, I never did
What
that.
the
I didn't know.
fuck?
Oh, so you essentially take out the cancer paper.
You, like, roll it. Yeah,
You take out the you take it out, so it's so it's better for you.
I
essentially.
guess.
Yeah,
It's weird that they would call that freaking it. I would be like saving my life.
Black and Milds are wild. The fact that people smoke those things it's intense. The fact that I smoke those things, it's like a mini shitty cigar, essentially. Like smoking a cigar
thick
itself is
cigarette.
already intense.
I smoked hookah recently.
Hookah is just as bad. I'm not gonna say hookah's
like
not
a
bad.
whole pack of cigarettes.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
it is bad for you, but I don't know what it is about hookah. I mean, it's like any other bad thing that people do for themselves. I understand why people do it. I understand why people smoke.
It's
hookah.
mildly entertaining to be.
Yeah,
in
it's
there.
fun. It's like community.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like most bad things that people do for them.
Like
when I
drinking.
smoke a hookah, I can understand why people smoke because I'm like, yo, pass the hose, dog. Yo, I'm hitting that shit. Like
I'm gonna be real
vibe.
though.
It's a vibe.
If there was some sort of like literal just smoke air that you could inhale.
That's all you would need.
Instead of hookah,
Like
I would
oxygen?
do that shit. Yeah, literally.
I mean,
just
essentially
like smoked oxygen.
Essentially, that's what vape tried to do, but it turned out to be just as bad, if not worse, for you.
Yeah.
That's
they
what
say it
vape was
puts, like-
trying to do.
Don't they say it puts like liquid in your lungs or
Like,
some shit?
yeah.
I think
like
that's
oil.
I think that's one of the issues is that it's like it's
We
not
haven't
doing
figured it
anything.
out yet.
Yeah, I think we haven't figured it out yet.
And my little cousin said that, like, at his school, most of the children vape.
That's wild. I don't know how they get that off. Like, how is it? They must do it secretly then.
I mean,
they're not doing it in front of teachers and shit.
Yeah, they get it on the low.
Because there's no way a teacher's just
but they
letting that
market
rock.
it towards kids, so like that's what's problematic, right? Is that it's like all these like fruity flavors. Like,
No facts, but I'm saying though, there's no way they're getting that off in front of a teacher. They got it because the teacher's not letting
like
that rock.
after
Okay,
school,
all right, cool.
During
But still, he said that
nutrition
most of
or
them.
recess.
Well, because there's a level of how much time a kid has alone to do things that a parent or a teacher wouldn't approve. When I was younger, wasn't really high. I didn't really have that much time.
I don't know. Depends on the teacher. We smoked weed. Don't let me act like a badass little fucking ninth grader. There was a kid, Punky, smoked a joint in fucking home ec.
Well, what grade? What grade are we talking here?
We were in the ninth grade.
I didn't get free time till high school. So yeah, ninth grade and up. Ninth grade and up, I would have been able to smoke vape. Prior to that,
out the window.
Prior to that, I wouldn't have been able to do anything of that sort. But ninth grade and up, I say high school and ninth grade and up, I'd have had the free time. I took the train to school, took the train home. So I had free time. I had time to do nefarious things. Prior to that, I did not.
I didn't smoke or touch any alcohol until I was almost 18.
I mean, you say that like that was still sounds like it was still illegal, like early.
What do you mean?
Like it sounds like you still did it before you were legally able to.
18?
I mean, I feel like every kid, like at like a family party or some shit, like get a beer.
And I feel like most people partied in high school. I didn't party in high school.
I wasn't from that. That wasn't a thing in my family. I know that is a thing. Now I see that in families. Definitely in Latin families, they do definitely let the kids drink before they're 21.
Yeah, bro.
But I was not. That was never a thing in my family. They never let me drink before. Like,
yeah, anytime I drank, I had to sneak it.
I never drank though. I never drank it when I was at like family events and stuff like that.
Oh no, yeah, no.
I feel it.
You drank at family events? Would you
No,
really like?
My first time drinking was prom, and I feel like I was kind of just like, I felt like I needed to because I wasn't.
What part of prom was it? Was it after the after party at prom?
The after
okay,
party.
no, that's normal.
Horrible experience. This is why I don't drink vodka till this day.
You got what? You got lit?
You know this story?
No, let's hear it. Let's hear it. You got lit.
So, terrible experience prom was. My date was trash. I mean, she just completely abandoned me like halfway through the prom. Like we met up later on, but like she was just doing her own thing. So I was just like talking to my homies that were there, you know, because it's like the whole school, whatever. Everyone after prom like had groups who went to hotels and had like
their own after parties,
the whole floor book type shit.
Got you.
And I was in one of those groups, and we had this nice hotel. Like the whole floor was like rented out, so we were just gonna be like going room to room type shit.
Of course, sounds amazing. This sounds so fun.
Sounds like it would be a great time, right? Wrong. So essentially, what happened was the day of they canceled our reservation, so we had no
for your specific room.
For
everyone's
the whole.
So it sounds like they knew what was up essentially.
Yeah.
And they weren't trying to have it.
Sounds like a cesspool.
No, because they
sounds like liability.
They definitely said like no prom shit. And anyway,
that shit's fucked up. That shit's corny, dog.
It is super corny, but I mean, to be honest, who wants to deal with a bunch of fucking underage kids?
Yeah.
Doing.
Nigga, they pay for the room. It is what it is. Tell them to stop. Well, I don't know.
Get your parents involved.
You got damages, shit like that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It could have gone really bad.
It could have gone,
yeah,
like
that shit rock.
Being a hotel owner, I'd be like, nah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
you know?
it could have gone really bad if they let that shit rock.
So that didn't happen. Got scrapped, and then we all ended up going to like just somebody's house and like partied in their
basement,
partied in like their living room and like backyard type shit. And you know, like we got there, we had some drinks. I met up with my prom date, and you know, sorry Kristen for this, I know
I don't care,
you know, this is triggering shit, but no, like
this nigga
wait, where's my fucking job?
This looks like a giant ass cigarette. Look at this.
T-Will exclusive.
Yeah.
Tell me this
look
don't
like
look
a
like a fat cigarette.
Yeah.
So we go there, we got the drinks, and I'm like, I've never drank before, so I'm like talking my prom day, I'm like, yo, can you like make me a drink? Like I don't really know what I'm doing. She's like, yeah, don't worry, I got you. I'm like, all right. So I go, I'm watching her pour it. She pours like the vodka, pours the soda. I'm like, oh, that's it? I'm like, all right. So, you know, she goes off, does her own thing. I got the drink in my hand. I'm like, I just start drinking it, and I'm like chilling, talking to people, and then before I know it, like probably less than 5 minutes later, I finished the cup.
T's fucked up.
No, not yet. I'm chilling. I'm chilling right now. So I finished the cup. I'm like, oh,
that's it.
I'm like,
I'm a pro.
I might as well just go get some more.
It's like I'm a pro.
Oh my god.
Nothing.
But I'm like, I'm looking around and I'm like, yo, where's my date at? And at this point, maybe I'm feeling a little because I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make my own drink, you know?
You got the juice. You got the juice.
Exclusive.
So I go over to the drink table or whatever, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, all right, I can do this, you know? So I get the red cup, and I pour it half full of just straight vodka.
Oh.
And then I did the other half with like soda. But it fizzes up, you know? So
let's say this. Prior to you making this drink, let's assume your prom date probably made you a drink that was appropriate,
like the right ratio.
Because she knew you had said you never drank before, so she probably made you an appropriate drink because you finished the drink pretty fast.
So I finished it in under 7 minutes.
So it probably wasn't a very strong drink, I imagine.
I finished it. To be honest, I don't think there was any ice. I think it was just straight.
I didn't hear any ice in that story when you put that.
Never had ice.
It didn't sound like it was any ice.
I hate vodka,
bro. When I tell you, bro, but it was vodka and like
soda,
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, the
Horrible.
basics. You guys are in high school. Come on now. You're getting what you can probably get as far as liquor goes.
But long story short, Sin, that half cup of vodka and half cup of soda.
Oof.
I finished that
You
again under 10 minutes, bro.
This nigga's bugging.
No,
This nigga's lying.
how long did it take? Did you black out?
I literally was sitting on the couch and I was like, oh, I'm fucking lit. And I felt, but when we got there, she was like, no one throwing up in the house. So I'm fucking drunk as fuck, right? Literally lit. And I'm like, all right, I can't go to the throw up in this house. I'm gonna just go outside.
And your first time drinking.
So I start walking outside to the front, and then they're like, "No, Terrence, like you can't drive." They think I'm trying to leave, and I'm like, "I'm not." Like I couldn't speak because I was so late. I was just trying to get outside. So I'm about to throw up. I'm literally like dry heaving. I'm like, I gotta go, but they don't see that. They're like, "No, don't. We can't let you drive." And whatever. Like I get them off me, and then I'm like, "Oh fuck!" Like I don't want to just throw up in their yard. So I'm like, I go out to the middle of the road and I just fucking let it go. And then they give me some water. I'm chilling. I go to sleep.
Pass out.
Wake up. Eat some IHOP. And I'm like, I hate vodka.
Next day, that was the next day? Wake up.
Ever since then, the smell of vodka, bro, I can't do it.
That's unfortunate.
Did you drink too much the first time you drank?
Yes.
Like the first time you got drunk?
Yes. The first time I got drunk. The first time I legit got drunk was at a house party I threw in high school at my house when my in high school at my house. My parents went away for vacation. Me and my brother were there. He's 4 years older than me. We threw a party.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
Okay.
15, 16. And he takes care of the booze. His friends were, luckily, he had a solid group of friends because the party went off without a hitch. Was successful. We didn't get caught. To this day, my parents never knew about this party.
Have you told them yet?
Nah.
Tell them.
I will. Because here's the thing. Here's a kicker. So my brother grows up, moves out, leaves. I'm senior now in high school. I try to throw a party. My parents this time, here's the thing. So they knew.
Sin exclusive.
They knew that I probably would do something of this nature, so they did not let me stay home alone. I had to stay with my aunt, right?
Duh.
So what I did was left a window open at the crib, pulled back up, snuck in the crib,
invited people over,
and threw a party.
Wow.
Got mad booze, all the shit. Ended up like getting caught super hard.
No, I thought this was gonna have a good ending.
No, I did not have a good ending because I didn't have the experience. My brother probably had been to parties before, just knew how to handle his 4-year younger brother.
Did you have
and
more
his
people?
friends. I had the same people pretty much because I was a senior in high school, so
You're
it's
like,
pretty
"Hey,
much
let's do it again."
that's essentially what it was. Only we got all the booze. We took care of the party things, but the party got so big that too loud that my neighbor found out. Like he came over, he was pissed
Oh no,
because it was in a cul-de-sac.
he was gonna tell your parents anyways.
So he probably was gonna tell him anyways. And 2,
You know your son had a party here.
so here's the thing. So when I left, the house, because I still stayed with my aunt the rest of the time when my parents gone, but I had a bunch of booze left over because us seniors in high school couldn't finish all this booze. So I hid it in my room, right? I get home once my parents come back, and I go in my room and I go to look at where I hid the booze and it's gone.
Damn.
That's how I knew that. I see that before I even see my parents when I know they got back. So that's how I knew I got caught. I was like, oh fuck. It was like 3 bottles. It was like a bottle of Bacardi. It was a bottle of tequila. It was just a bunch of booze.
Oh, you're going in.
And I was like, oh shit.
They got me.
They found all the booze.
Sin exclusive.
So yeah, I had a pretty party-filled high school experience, but some success, and then I, flew too close to the sun, and thought I could bit off more than I could chew. What I should have did was kept it low key, invited a couple people, kept it small.
Not let your neighbors find out.
Exactly, but hindsight is literally 2020.
And it's almost 2022.
For real. This year is about to be over, guys. How you feeling about that?
It's nuts.
It's December. We're recording this episode on December 1st, even though it won't be out till the 2nd. We're recording this episode on the 1st. I don't know if we ever recorded on the 1st of December.
I don't think we have.
This is our 3rd December.
Wait.
Wow.
This is our 3rd December.
3 winters.
Shout out to the listeners.
I feel like this is a new year.
End of the day podcast.
It's like a feeling of new year. You know what I mean? Like
That's what I mean. That's why I even bring it up.
And also, we're almost about to hit 150. That's
For real.
monumental number.
Shout out to the day oneers. Shout out to the newcomers.
Big facts.
Yeah. So we're like this year is over. I feel like it went by.
I feel like
so much faster than last year.
I can see every part of my life in like a movie style right now.
Yeah. How you guys feeling about the end of the year?
Honestly, I want to associate the end of the year with winter, but I just feel like it's so hard to feel like it's winter here because it never snows.
Facts. I mean, but it's been foggy as fuck. I'll tell you that much.
It was cold as fuck in Ohio.
For the last few days in the morning, I don't know if you guys experienced that out here, but at least in the city,
definitely.
When we wake up, it's foggy as fuck.
Super
so there's some
foggy.
level of definitely weather change for the people who don't live in LA. I do not envy you because I know you're dealing with snow.
I mean,
back in Boston,
I just want some rain. It's so dry out here. We got dry air. Like when it's windy, it's dusty.
I mean, I can understand you feeling like that because you've you're born and raised in this area.
To be cold right now, it was 28 degrees in Ohio. That's
what I'm saying. Like you don't even appreciate what you live in right now, my nigga, because you could be living in a whole different area where it's just like the weather don't give a fuck about your feelings. Like what you're going through in life.
It's crazy.
Because right now life is cool, so you could deal with some rain. If you was going through it and it was raining or it's snowing or cold as fuck, that's what I mean when the weather don't give a fuck about your feelings or what you're going through. Here, the weather is
it's
one
always
way.
Something you could count on.
Yeah, for real. You can always count on the weather.
Literally, when I moved here, I wanted to live every single day of my life. I didn't want to have to be stuck inside for half of the year.
Okay.
There's days straight up when you can't even go to work. It's literally like
dude,
you're not allowed to drive.
Dude, fuck coronavirus. There be days where businesses retail, nigga, you can't go to work because of the weather.
For real, straight up.
Okay.
Money is not made, nigga, because of the weather.
You spin out on the freeway.
Bro,
I've spun out on the freeway.
it's wild. It's wild to think about. Like, it's well, the wild thing about it is that when I think about it, is how way back when humans set up shop there. They're like, oh, fuck it, yeah, we can live life here, like, instead of just keeping it moving and finding just like,
I would have kept going.
yeah, like, and finding California, like how California is in New York. Like, they all set up shop in New York. It was like, you know what, we'll get used to this time of the year, because really it's only over those areas, it's only warm.
Are we associating weather change with? I associate it a lot with the automotive industry and just like all our emissions. Honestly,
Yeah, it's just gonna get worse. Like, it is what it is. Like, Ohio's probably always been wild, but like shit is just gonna pop off. But it might not even get they say that whatever your climate is now, it goes like the opposite way. So we will get cold, supposedly. I mean,
I don't. If it starts snowing in LA, niggas is gonna go crazy.
that shit will be lit. I'm not gonna hold you.
Nah, it's not gonna be very good, bro. The infrastructure's not built for that. You gotta understand, that's built into the economy.
Are we talking about like blizzards?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm thinking some light snow. I'm thinking.
Well, here's the thing. I don't even think LA could dude. And when it rains, how many accidents do you see on the fucking highway because it never rains? So the infrastructure's not built to handle rain.
No one out here has snow tires.
No one knows how to drive in that type of weather.
Imagine the shortages on snow tires.
Bro, that's what I mean. There be shortages on toilet paper.
Damn,
bro.
I should have some backup snow tires.
For what? It don't snow out here.
What if you have to book it across country like zombies?
yeah, for real.
Then you hopping into fucking
I'm getting out of my
Land.
Kia.
I'm standing. You know, in those movies and shit, they don't be driving. They're hopping in whatever car is available. Niggas will hop into the Range Rover.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop into the Range Rover.
You gonna get the range?
Hell, bro,
That's your end of the world car?
Zombie apocalypse. I'm driving to the Range fucking dealership and I'm stealing the fucking Range Rover.
You better
bro.
get yourself like a Toyota or something more reliable.
Nah, Range Rover. I'm stealing the Range Rover.
Watch when that shit breaks down. You're probably not even gonna be able to.
I'll be looking drippy. I'll be looking big.
In the zombie apocalypse.
Hell yeah.
Ooh,
fuck yeah.
What shoes are you wearing? In the apocalypse.
Shit. In the apocalypse, low key, because I'm running into a sneaker shop for sure. I'm stealing it. I know there's Mad 12s in there. Low key in the apocalypse. Rest in peace, my dude Virgil. I'm rocking some off-white shits in the apocalypse for sure, for sure.
That's what's up, man.
For sure. I'll be dripped out because you know at that point price ain't gonna. I'm gonna be dripped out some fucking. I'll put some Chicago. I'm gonna find some size 12 Chicagos in that fucking.
I mean, I definitely didn't
stage.
want to intro it like that, but rest in peace, Virgil.
Yeah, rest in peace, my guy.
Rest in peace.
What kind of that news is insane, bro. It's crazy when you think about it. They say black don't crack, bro. Like, you could not even tell, bro, homie was going through it.
That's what I'm saying. Like
it's insane to think about. Like,
wow, man.
He like you because I don't know if it was the same, if he had the same type of cancer as dude from Black Panther.
It's like cancer of your heart, a heart muscle.
Is that
Chadwick
what it is?
Boseman?
And so
Chadwick Boseman.
You can't really like do things to it because it's your heart.
You can't like.
This nurse was talking to me about it. She was like, you can't like. Yeah, there's like nothing you can really do.
That shit is kind of crazy. It makes sense that you can't really like.
It's your heart.
It's your heart. You can't really.
You can't take a hit to it.
That's so sad, dude.
And like the thing about it is that you keeping it a secret. A dude of his success, you kind of have to, because instantly if people knew that, they'd be treating him totally differently. Like, everybody treated him in a genuine manner, whether when they seen and received his art, they either loved it or they hated it. That's what I fucked with the most about him, is that he continued to put out what he wanted to, regardless of the reception. It was still always him. And that's what's crazy and scary about it, is that like, where is Off-White now after this? Because his design aesthetic was so him. It's so original. You can't really copy his shit. You can't really he was the only one who was really able to, like the Air Force. Did you see the Air Force mid that is coming out that he designed for Nike?
No.
The Air Force Mid.
Yeah, did you see it, T?
I might have. Do you have a photo?
Let's see. Let's look at it.
Wait, I can fact check it. But what about it?
If you look at it, or any of his shoes, they're so him.
Yeah.
Who would have ever designed anything like that?
This new collection.
So him.
So perfect.
It's fucking crazy to think about.
I feel like this is like it's like a weird like moment in history, right? Where like, I mean, he is cemented in like exactly what he wanted to do is like inspire people. So like, you know, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to take people away, right? But
I mean, this makes absolutely no sense.
Death never does, but you know, it's part of life.
Those shoes
like,
are fucking crazy.
That's what I mean, though, T. Like,
let me see.
Prior to these,
those are fire.
The image of those leaked and all that, and the leaked way before his death even happened, and people's receptions and how they felt about it was already cemented. People were like, either they hated it or they loved it. But now it's like crazy because you know those coming out are still going to be crazy hard to get, just because everything now that he touched or designed, you got to look at it like Picasso. It's all art now. That shit is like, because his design aesthetic is so him. Anything that is released now in his image is just almost like copycat. You can't really do Virgil like the way he does. I wonder what is going to happen with because he was involved in so many fucking things. Did you see the Maybach that came out? He designed a Maybach that
so beautiful. It's like
that shit was
like brown on the inside.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Beautiful.
And that shit was just about to come out. Like, the fact that he was involved in so many things and you couldn't even, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, but like, yo, I wasn't able to always get a lot of his stuff because either I couldn't afford it or I would just take L's on the Nike shit. I don't know if you guys hit on any of his Nike stuff or bought any of his Nike stuff.
No, the only off-white I have is the Converse. But I like them.
Yeah. I have a hoodie, an off-white hoodie, but other than that, like I took L's on all the shoes.
We were at the car show when I seen that he had passed, and while we were still at the car show, I like looked around and I seen like at least honestly like 5 or 6 people with his shoes on. Yeah,
no, his design shit. This shit was everywhere. His
like for real, like to see like what an impact he really was making.
Yeah, his reach was everywhere. His reach was everywhere. And I think that's why it's weird. It's like seeing his a lot of people, the stuff that they're reposting and talking about is more his Louis Vuitton shit over even his Off-White shit because of what he did for Louis. Like, what is Louis Vuitton going to do after this? Because he was killing it at Louis Vuitton. He was doing his energy he was bringing to Louis Vuitton was crazy. Like, I had never really seen Louis Vuitton clothing really hit like the way it was since Virgil came in. All his design shit, all the stuff that people were rocking, it really felt like some new shit. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Like, for someone to go at like literally at their height, he was at like his height, and we've lost a lot of people like that at their height. Dolph, we lost young Dolph at the same energy at this fucking height.
Dude, all I gotta say is I hate cancer, bro. I feel like it's literally the worst thing that humanity has.
It don't make no sense.
It's crazy.
Shit's crazy. It don't make no sense. And that's one thing. Like, when
it's not fair.
When I hear that, that's what it is. It's that it's in your heart. That also scares me. This scares me too at the same time. Like, yo,
it scares me, bro.
You gotta. He was an inspiration in the sense that, like, yo, you gotta chase that shit. He was out here doing it.
Yeah.
Regardless of his fucking condition.
Doing literally everything.
This nigga was out
had
here,
a talent in.
And it made sense now. It all makes sense. The way he was doing it. You see how he was chasing it. You see how he was hustling. and then his nigga dies from this, and you're like, okay, I see why he was, because you felt like Virgil was everywhere. You felt like he was accessible, because you see every designer has text messages with this nigga.
Yeah.
Every fucking artist and designer I know or I follow is posting DMs with this nigga. So he was obviously extremely accessible, and he was on his fucking grind. He was he was killing it. So to fucking see that, I don't know. That's just crazy.
Yeah, man.
Rest in power, dude. That statue they did for his last fucking, that shit was fire. Like, shit was crazy. That whole runway shit, that shit was wild.
The whole show was crazy.
The whole show was crazy.
Man.
That shit was fire.
I love all the fur.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they don't. That's
his last designs were so beautiful.
And I don't think, and I believe they don't use real fur for any of that shit.
Yeah,
so.
he had like the little Red Lobster vibe. I was like, this is so amazing. Like, holy shit.
Nah, that last show was crazy. And it's crazy.
I wish I could have been there. Fuck.
That looked like it would. Yeah, that looked like a very hard.
Very
show
emotional. Oh, seeing Kanye and Kim, like you could see, and like you could see that all of them had glasses on, and like.
Dude,
their
Kanye
faces,
did not look okay.
What do you mean?
He just looks sad, bro. Like, that's like his brother,
Yeah, of course. He definitely was.
Fuck.
I think Kanye also, people were bugging out because Kim was there, and I'm like, yo, like.
They love each other. They have a family together.
And on top of that, this nigga keeps saying he wants his wife back. Like, so, I don't understand why y'all bugging because y'all see Kanye and Kim
trying to work it out.
Like, even if she is in a relationship, like even as a human basic level, she would show up for him. You know what I mean?
I don't believe that shit.
And like also she probably most likely had a relationship with Virgil as well.
That shit, she did.
Like obviously she would be there.
And that shit ain't real. That relationship ain't real.
We'll see. Do we ever talk about it?
Nah, because it's whack. It's whack. That shit's whack.
Do you think it's fake? You think it's fake? What do you think it is?
I think it's whack.
I think it's just whack.
You think it's fake?
Yeah, I think it's whack.
I think the whole
homie trying to get his family back, and that shit looks corny as fuck. That shit looks corny as fuck. There's no.
I don't know what to think. I don't know if it's real or if it's just for publicity.
I think it's Kim getting levels of payback. On at a man who embarrassed her when he was doing his like run for president thing and like ran the red hat and shit and talking shit about her family and shit, like tweeting shit about them. And I think this is her get back.
What he said.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, dude, bro. I mean, yeah, the person that she's doing it with, I think is just someone that.
I just think the whole thing is whack. I think.
Yeah, it's whack. It's just.
Kim, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's just,
you got a family and like this niggas want you back. Like, what are you doing?
These photos. Yeah, but like, all right.
She doesn't have to be with him though.
She doesn't. And these photos don't have to be coming out, nigga. Who's taking? It looks like fucking Rob Kardashian is taking these photos, nigga. Like. That's who's taking it. Must be
like
taking
super staged.
I think it's fake. I think that relationship.
That's why I think it's fake.
Totally fake. I think that they know it's fake, and I think that it's literally so that she can funnel people to go watch her TV show.
Because she's less interesting. I think personally because she's less. I think it's because she's less interesting because she's fucking with Kanye.
Yeah, and I told you, and I had said before that I feel like even before that they never really broke up or like. Not this broke up.
She's failing it because she's less interesting because she's not fucking with Kanye. Kim is more interesting to me when she's. That's legit my favorite hip hop couple. Even though you have Jay-Z and Beyonce out there, you have ASAP and Rihanna out there.
Come on, you got Kim and Kanye.
Kim and Kanye is my shit,
dude.
Like, no, I that was my favorite couple right there. My favorite. Like,
that's
hip-hop.
facts. That's facts.
And so to see them not together, I'm always gonna fuck with Kanye. Kim, now I have no reason to really give you any attention because you ain't fucking with my mans no more. And like, I think that's what the issue is. I think Shorty.
You think she's feeling it.
I think who's Travis's girl? Kylie felt it when they split ways. So I think that's why she was like, I need to get another baby from this nigga. I think she was like, oh shit, I need to get another baby. I need number 2.
Oh my God.
I think she felt it because when they split ways, like Travis was gaining mad energy when they split ways, and people were just like, all right, are you just mom now? Like, what are you?
As if that's a rude thing to say.
What are you talking about?
Like, are you just a mom? No, like being a mom's like hardcore, hard work.
Of course, but on that level, that's not acceptable to that audience.
Yeah,
I
audience
agree
is like
with
19
you.
years old.
That's what I'm.
I mean, like she's like, how old is she?
Kristen,
She's like 23.
Yeah, no. What you were saying is logic, and that plays no role in what we're talking about. You can't use logic in any of this shit we're talking about. You can't use reason. You can't use shit that makes sense.
Why does Hulu have a documentary about Astro World already?
About what?
That doesn't make sense.
Astro World?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They have a documentary
The
about
Concert
that?
from Hell. This is not a plug, but
Nah,
seen it.
I don't believe
No.
that.
came up quick.
No, no way. No way.
I think so.
Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way.
We got Sin Supreme on the case.
Hold on. All right, see, I'm look,
Litigation
mom.
Supreme.
Hold on.
What did you find?
Hold on. That's the Look, Mom, I Can Fly. That's the first one. You said 20.
A concert from Hell or something?
What?
Yeah, what's it called?
Yeah, Concert from Hell. Astro World Concert from Hell.
Crazy. Waste no time. The devil works hard, but Hulu works harder.
Oh, it's an episodic. It's season 1, episode
God
1.
damn.
People monetize anything.
Or maybe they want like the
People
truth
want
to come
answers.
out, you know?
Yeah, but
It's
this
some
is
bullshit.
it's also kind of like just a narrative. Like, who's to say who makes this?
That's facts too.
Like, what are these people doing?
I mean,
How do you get on the case so fast?
at this point, I gotta just assume that
It does seem kind of fucked up to be like making something and putting it out on a streaming service.
well, it just seems
About
like
this, like it's a tragedy, you know. That's like it's too soon. It's just for clicks and views. I don't know. Are you gonna watch it?
No, I'm just trying to find out like
I'm nosy.
what
I want to
kind
see
of-
at least what they're talking about.
Yeah, I want to see what what story they're trying to spin.
Yeah. That's just simply for research.
I just think that the title, they could have
Yeah.
chose a better title. That's literally it.
I mean, it kind of was a concert from hell, though.
But
For
that's like
real.
a newspaper article, though. It's like
Yeah.
something you put on a front page of a
Like, you could just
magazine.
call it Travis Scott investigation.
Yeah,
Or
and we
literally
just,
anything else.
and we just seen that the 9-year-old's family denied Travis Scott's
To pay for the funeral.
offer to pay for the funeral.
I don't think that they're crazy for that either.
Nah, I wouldn't. I was honestly, I don't know. I think it could have gone either way, but I don't think they're crazy for denying it, and because I think there might be some legal reasons why they'd have to say, "Nah, we can't have you pay for it," type shit. You know, like, and yeah, like I don't think it's crazy.
It's a bunch of different stages of grief, so whatever they're feeling, they're not interested in any of that friendship and don't act like you give a fuck.
Yeah. I mean, I personally just don't. I don't know. I wasn't there, so I can't say like what Travis Scott could have done.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest issue is that no one could really say what Travis Scott could have done because no one was on that stage. No one seen his perspective. No one, so I think that's really what it's going to come down to. Because if there was a ton of people there, if there was too many people there, whatever it was, putting that onus on someone who's performing on stage to look into a crowd and be able to tell what's going on and be able to stop the show and and control that and do something about it is just like not realistic. What is realistic is the people in the area, people around the situation being like, yo, stop. Let's stop stepping on this person. Let's stop trampling these people. Let's stop partying. Let's stop whatever's going on and help these people up. That's what I would have. That's essentially what I'm thinking. Essentially.
But I think
that's what I'm trying to understand.
I've seen some videos, and what I could base off what I've seen was that people would just get sucked under, and it's like a domino effect. Like you can't help it. Like if you guys start to crush someone.
Bro, have you ever been in a mosh pit like that? I mean,
but that's what I mean. So like, do you?
But they're sardine packed. So you can't
there has to be people who are not considering what they're stepping on. Is what I'm saying.
No,
there's
honestly,
over 300 injuries.
That's what I'm saying.
There's people that are probably acting crazy, but there's also people that are just stuck in between people that like you just get thrown around, bro. So all that weight, people just get like, you know, if you're getting crushed, you're getting crushed.
By what then?
I'll show you. It's called like a crowd collapse or something.
Because that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that people aren't getting crushed, but that means that people are crushing them. So that means that people are actively not paying attention to what they're stepping
Imagine if just
up.
you're packed in like sardines and you're just getting like pushed around by like hundreds of pounds bro.
Of other people.
Just it's like a wave, bro. You know, you're in this like sea of people, and you just, you know, the ground is so many square feet. And you got people standing all around, bro. If that's packed in and people are getting pushed, you know?
Yeah, by what? By other people.
By the hype.
Yeah,
watch
by
this.
the hype.
So see these people moving?
Yeah.
People are just moving. They're just like moving. And all it takes is for...
Can you make it bigger?
Dude, look at that.
Okay, this is like ultimately what happened. And then if these people fall over, since there's no space in between them to fall over, they just trample over each other.
Yeah, bro, that shit looks crazy.
It's a sea of people.
But imagine that at like a Travis Scott show with like Travis flames going off.
Exactly.
And then this crowd, imagine this goes crazy. Like I think.
So then either...
Bro.
So then at some point, someone's got to stop. Travis Scott stopped.
He stopped 3 different times, and then there's like...
And then if the people don't stop...
Is that it? There's like a fucking...
Because at some point, people got to stop. That's what I'm saying. People have to stop.
Shit's crazy.
But there's like only so much when there's so many people. Like, how do you really get them to stop? You can't. And that's the reality. Is like that's the angry mob. That's crazy. Like
so
once you hype people
it just comes
up.
down to festivals just having that many people. They just can't have that many people, bro. Because that is, if you can't just everyone stop and it be a safe situation and it not be that,
yeah, that's not.
Then you can't have that many people at a festival.
Facts.
That's not
what
safe.
It has, that's what it's. I mean, that's what this is going to turn into, bro. Because, you know, after
this is probably what it looks like. Isn't that sick? Would you want to be in there?
No.
Like watch them move through like little fucking.
But they're not even like going crazy.
Crazy. This is probably like some old rock. What is it? Who's playing that? How old is that?
This
show?
is like 2015.
Yeah. Do you know who's playing that? Like,
Let's see.
Because that's what I mean. Like if you can't like.
And then add Travis Scott. Crazy. It's just nuts to me. I don't know how people didn't think that this could go wrong. You know what I mean? Like who did you hire? Who works for you?
Is just too much money involved? Too much money involved that they don't give a fuck. They've gotten. Last year they got away with it. The year prior, made a documentary. Because look at when I searched Astroworld documentary, the year before came up. Look, Mom, I Can Fly, and that one was a fucking success. Because obviously there's a Netflix documentary about it, and I had to type in.
I watched that.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I had to type in specifically 2021 and look at the following fucking year, bro. There's another one just because the success of this last year's one was probably so good that they were like, "Yo, we got this. We got this. We got this. We did it last year."
It though. I don't know where it went wrong, but ultimately, bro, like this shit should not be happening. I think it's what you're saying is we're not going to see these overcrowded.
That's what it is. That's where it went wrong. Is that it was just too many people.
Yeah.
If you can't get through a crowd, like security and things like that, it's like if they can't work in that situation, then it's not realistic.
Fire hazard.
It's not a realistic amount of people for the amount of like. Let's say there's one police officer for every 150 people. Let's say that's what it was for this show. Then realistically, it'd have to be less. It'd have to be one officer for every 50 people. You know, if the car can't, with the fucking security, the fucking ambulance vehicle, the cart, the EMT cart couldn't get through the crowd, realistically, then it's too many people. That's really what it comes down to, is that it was just way too many people.
Yeah, for sure.
In the end of the day, we'll see probably Travis Scott and all this, maybe not the same Travis Scott festival putting it on, but we'll see other artists. The issue is that at this point, what artist has that kind of following to even put on a fucking Astroworld?
Do you think? I don't think he's gonna be doing anymore.
No. Just in general, what artist other than Travis Scott right now has that kind of following to even don't consider Drake.
I was
American artists, not American artists, has that even following to even fucking do an Astroworld level. Because that's why I say American artist, because he did it in his hometown. So
Beyonce,
you had people fucking flying. We have people who work at GOAT who work at who work at our job, who fucking we have people we know who fucking flew there and fucking went to Astroworld. Like, so what artists do we know who actually has that kind of following, American artists, to even do an Astroworld? I don't
Beyonce?
know.
Eminem?
I don't think Eminem does. You think niggas is coming out for Eminem like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, put
Maybe.
some
You're
respect
talking
on Eminem.
about especially Detroit. Like,
Well, here's the thing. Actually, no. How about this? Do you think Eminem wants to do that? Because that's what I don't think Eminem wants to do that.
No.
I don't think Eminem wants to. Because I think
has
he would have
venues, but
I think he would have been doing it by now.
Spacing, you know what I'm saying? It's not like a mosh.
Well, I think the festival idea. I think the festival one is more.
Because you're talking less of the show, but the entire thing. Because Astroworld
was a festival.
Okay, so maybe not Eminem.
It was 2 days. They had to cancel the second day.
And weren't there like rides and shit?
Dude, it was a fucking theme park.
That's crazy.
So that's what I mean in the sense that, like,
I know people that went there. That's kind of scary, bro. To know that so many people died at this.
And your friend said that her friend and his son went.
I know.
Like, that's crazy.
The 9-year-old was on his dad's shoulders and his dad passed out. He was on his dad's shoulders. Him and his dad connected over Travis Scott over Fortnite. His dad, I guess, listened to.
Dude, that's so fucking sad,
maybe
bro.
his music, and his son fucked with Travis Scott because he was on Fortnite. He fucked with Fortnite. He was on his dad's shoulders, and his dad passed out. I guess, and that.
Yeah.
And he got trained, and the son got the 9-year-old. That's the youngest who died in this thing. Because I was wondering, I was like, how the fuck is a 9-year-old there?
Yeah.
No way his parents just dropped him off.
But you just don't know that that's going to happen because you think you should be safe, right? Like,
well, I wonder what his dad was going through, where he has his son on his shoulders, 9 years old. I'm imagining he's probably like 90 pounds. He looked looked like a skinny kid. Imagine probably like 90 pounds max.
In that wave of people, bro.
In that wave of people, like, so for him to pass out, like, yeah, like that's gotta, like, what he was going through, what he went through, he must have been dumb close for him to pass out and then his son get trampled. He had to have been really pretty close. He couldn't, it's not like he had, he could have been too far.
I don't know though, because looking at the footage, it looked packed out everywhere. That's what I'm saying.
And like once you're in, you can't get out. So even if you are struggling to get out, that just might be like the last moments are you struggling to get out.
And you know, like a lot of those people probably didn't know what they were getting into.
Yeah.
Like him and his dad, like he's probably just trying to take his son to this fucking festival.
And I can say the same thing for Travis.
What do you mean?
As far as he did last year's show, it was a success, and he did this year's show not realizing what he was getting into.
But he has like tweeted some shit that
I don't think that.
You don't think that? What do you? You don't think that matters?
I don't think that matters. I don't think that's a factor in what happened this event. I don't think that's a factor.
I mean,
I think what is a factor is him being a big artist, wanting to make a lot of money, and inviting way too many people. Mm-hmm. That's what's all factors right there. Him knowing what kind of pull he has, because what I just said to you, what artist can? He's looking at it like, yo, I'm the biggest in a fucking game. What artist can throw their own festival this level in America? 2-day festival, competing with Rolling Louds and fucking Day in Vegas type festivals. No one. He's too big of an artist, fucking inviting way too many people and not having enough security and not having enough and all that, those tweets and all that shit. He can say that, but if he had the right security and all that, no one's sneaking in, no one's, you know what I'm saying? If he had the right amount of people and all that, you can preach that kind of message and still be that kind of lit artist as long as you have the right events in the end of the day. I don't think anything he promotes and all that, it had anything to do in essentially with what happened in the bigger scheme, but the fact that he didn't properly plan for this event totally fucked himself 100%. Because if you look at the event, if you look at the documentary from last year, The Look of My Life, it was pretty much the same event, bro. It was just, dude, Travis Scott is huge. This nigga's a big ass fucking artist.
I mean,
it was the same event. No, it was the same as far as like what it was, the actual event itself.
I feel you.
It was the same. He still had the same tweets out and all that shit, dude.
Yeah.
But no one got hurt like that. No one died like that. Those tweets are old as fuck, a lot of them shits when he talks about people hopping.
I think it really just boils down to the venue. And the size and
of
the
course.
amount of people that were there.
Yeah. That's just dangerous as fuck. It was dangerous as fuck, and they didn't plan correctly. They did not plan correctly. And it was just mad money. They just made, when you look at the ticket price and how many tickets they sold, this nigga made bank. Fucking bank, that I'm sure he probably was not like, oh yeah, let's get more security. He's probably like, yo, I did it with the security last year. I'm gonna do it with the same amount this year or a little more this year. Cause it was, the numbers are out there. I don't know all the numbers, but if we Google them just now, I'm like, we can find out like how many people, cause there's enough stories released and I'm sure that's what they talk about in this documentary. So it might be worth it that we might get some numbers and shit from this, like how many security and was staffed and all that shit. We might get those numbers from this doc. So I think it might be worth it to watch it for that aspect. But yo, irresponsibleness is just something people do when they get bread. So, and this shit, he will get, the number of lawsuits this nigga's catching is crazy.
I don't know how you can really sue somebody for that much money.
Travis?
Like billions of dollars? Like how? Like what if he couldn't pay? Like, does he go to prison?
I don't think Travis. That's the thing. I don't think Travis himself is gonna have to pay much, but I think just
the venue, involved,
the insurance and all that shit. Like, I don't think he himself is gonna have to pay much out of his pocket, but I think it'll hurt him in ways where
he'll never be able to throw up another situation.
I don't know if he'll ever be able to. I don't know if we'll ever see another Astroworld.
I don't know if we'll really see, like, I wonder how much this will affect concerts. Because
think about it like this. Chris Brown is still one of the biggest artists out there. Granted, you have to search for Chris Brown. You don't see this nigga anywhere. But this nigga is still pretty popular artist, still puts out music, still has respect on his name as far as his talent. But that shit hurt him and it will hurt him for the rest of his life. Yeah. He will never be the Michael Jackson level artist he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know,
who are we talking about?
Chris Brown. That shit will follow him around for the rest of his life. That photo of Rihanna that shit is no good.
Man, I will say after like my trip to Ohio, I feel like I'm so heavy on like forgiveness right now, and I like hate Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? But like, at one point, do we ever forgive people for like the things that they've done and like?
But that's what it is, though. I think he is forgiven, but you don't deserve that. You don't deserve to be Michael Jackson, but we forgive you. Because I still bump your shit. You still got bangers. I still appreciate you and give you your, but no, you won't be that.
On his music,
and that's fair. That's fair. But he's caught it enough where I do think he's forgiven for the most part. But you just don't deserve that. You lost that opportunity, and he feels it. Where do you see him promoted at?
Yeah. Yeah, and if you just say that you like,
you got to search for this nigga.
Lizzo recently gotten in trouble for supporting him and saying that that's her favorite person.
You got to search for this nigga. You want Chris Brown music? You want to see Chris Brown? You want whatever? You got to search for him. Mm-hmm. He never comes up in my play. I listen to this nigga and he's never playlisted in my shit. So that's what it is. I think you feel it when you make those mistakes, and I think. Travis Scott, I don't know, because he's a big ass artist. I do wonder how he's gonna feel it after this. I do wonder. Not lawsuits aside, how is his career gonna feel it? Because lawsuits is whatever; those get figured out in court. Travis Scott's not a lawyer. He's not gonna go to jail for this. I don't think he's going. He ain't gonna see.
Do you think he would ever do an interview about it?
No, I don't think so.
Because I don't think he would.
I think he would do something where he talks about it, but it wouldn't be like an interview, maybe of the traditional sort.
Maybe in 10 years.
I think it would maybe be like documentaries type shit, like where he gets seen in a way where
like his homies make it for him.
Yeah, something of that nature. But he don't seem like the interview, because when has he even seen a Travis Scott interview prior to when because he was killing it. He was successful. Where did you even see a Travis Scott interview? When he put out his last album and shit, this nigga don't do interviews.
Has he been active on social media?
No. He hasn't been active since his last posts are the Astro World fucking advertisements, like that of that weekend. That's his last post. Last time I looked at his Instagram, because I wondered if he has, and he hasn't been. So I mean, he can't, dude. Come on now. What could he honestly post, bro?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I feel like though he needs to say something.
But he released that apology and niggas killed him for it. Because his apology was shitty. It was a pretty shitty apology, nigga. Don't put a filter on an apology, nigga. Nigga, I'm sorry, dog. Don't put a filter on an apology.
Wait, what?
This nigga made it black and white. It's black and white. Don't put a filter on an apology. And he's like rubbing his head the whole time.
Wait, okay, I seen that.
You seen that apology?
I guess I didn't realize that it was in black and white.
Yeah, it's in black and white, nigga. That means you had to record A1 and you had to scroll through and make it black and white. Like, that's weird, nigga. I'm sorry. To me personally, I think. And he's like not really looking at the camera, and I understand like you're going through it, but.
Oh, you put out a video apology?
Yeah. I'm okay with the video apology if it's done right, but don't put a filter on. He's like rubbing his head the whole time, and it's just not a good apology.
I couldn't even listen to it all the way through, honestly, because I was so uncomfortable.
Cringe. It is cringe, low key.
I was like, don't do this,
bro. So
I don't want to see this.
Where's his team at though? For real.
Nobody has his back right now.
I mean,
nobody's had his
or
back.
Maybe he's not listening.
Or maybe
one or the other.
Because why would you, if you had a good team behind you, like some good people, they wouldn't let you fucking put out an apology like that as your first response.
I think both can be true. You can have a good team behind you, and they could be giving you bad advice.
And he could have thought that he was doing good at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that could be his authentic self, but it seemed very weird.
Yeah, it could be his authentic self, but it wasn't.
Didn't look authentic to me.
Or even if it was his authentic self, it wasn't enough. It wasn't something that you should have been putting out. You should have put some more thought into it. You should have put some more care into it. Even if it was your authentic self, it wasn't solid. It wasn't something that
people need more sympathy. It's like a horrid
for something like this, they needed more, 100%. And yeah, so but I mean, it is what it is. We'll see if he bounces back from this. I'm sure he was a big artist, so I'm sure he will. This professional pillow fighting shit, I don't know if that's just I don't know what's going on with that.
Would you join a league? Like if we were like, yo,
how much this nigga's getting paid is what I'm wondering. That's all once I seen it, I'm like, how much is this nigga's getting
professional
paid?
pillow fighting sounds crazy. That's all I gotta say. They're in like a ring and shit.
Man, how much money do you think you could really win though? Like $20.
That's literally all I thought about. Is like, how much are you paying me to professionally pillow fight?
If winning prize was $5,000.
There's no way.
I would join.
I wouldn't even believe you were giving me $5,000. I'd be like, nigga, you lying. I need to see it. I need to see it in cash.
If that shit takes off
cash,
and it's like celebrity pillow fights, it's a hit.
Yeah, people would eat that shit up.
So maybe it might be. You might be. But
come on, bro.
Because you can fuck somebody up with a pillow.
As long as you show me the cash. As long as you show me the cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, show me the cash.
Wait. Speaking of winning the cash. Are you guys ready to win?
Oh yeah, shit. Gang.
I'm ready to fucking win some money.
Gang. The gang is almost all here. We should get Jess on an episode, low key.
Yeah, we'll get her on.
That would be cool.
Yeah, no, we'll get her on.
Man.
Yeah, she should put up next episode. That's good.
I'll see what she said.
Yeah.
What if we make it through?
No, we will. We're going to be on it, first of all. And we're also going to win.
She gave us a name and everything. Nah, for real.
She gave us our own name. She loved us.
Nah, she fuck with us. The energy. She fuck with Snicker. Nah, we're in there. We're gang.
She loved us.
She fuck with us for sure. I'm with it. And I'm trying to win. I was geeked the whole time. I'm trying to win.
Me too.
The one that I had started off with, I almost got all of them. I got a lot of them. I can't remember which one it was. Shit. But nah, that game is, the only issue with it is that it would be very hard to practice that game. Do they have a home version?
No, I think we would just have to really,
because that would be my
old episodes.
We'd have to watch old episodes.
We have to get into the mindset.
That'd be my only issue with the show.
Everyone that's listening, you will find out soon enough.
Yeah, yo, let's fucking go.
Yeah. But anyways,
because if I find out I'm on that,
all the money.
Because if I find out I'm on that, I'm gonna be fucking practicing my ass off.
Oh,
for real,
man.
For real, we're gonna be
for sure.
Say less.
Yeah, you gotta get it together. I'm not gonna hold you.
What do you mean?
You gotta get it together,
bro.
You guys, where you was fucking up. You gotta say something so we can keep it moving.
Bro, but I couldn't think of anything.
Say something. That's why she was saying, say something.
I know.
Say something. Just say, when she's saying say something, say something. Something, anything. Because when I was watching the show, when I watched the full episode, they were just saying anything just to keep it moving. Because I'm sitting there with the answer. Ready to go. That's why I'm saying.
Yeah. Anyways,
that's
we can't talk about this too much.
Can't talk about too much. But that's all it is. That's all. But once we find out we're on the show, nigga, we practicing.
I'm putting my headband on. We're about to get in this season 1 to season 5.
Yo, the show's been on for a while too. That's kind of crazy.
14.
All right, we can't dispose
season
too
14.
much.
I didn't realize the show has been on for
14.
Yeah, 14 seasons.
Oh,
really?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh man,
that's crazy.
Buckle up.
So hold on, but all right. So if we buy land in the metaverse, it's got to be cheap as fuck. There's probably no shortage of land in the metaverse.
So
for anyone who's listening, you can buy land in the metaverse.
But like, can we go to the metaverse right now?
If you buy the software and stuff, I'm sure. Hold on. So wait, what was that show that we watched where they can the Upload? Did you watch that show, The Upload?
What's the Upload?
So The Upload is the metaverse. Like, it's a movie about the metaverse, except they learn how to upload your consciousness from your dead body so that you never die. So imagine if you really did have land in that world, like when that shit if and when that shit starts popping off.
I got it. All right,
that would be kind of lit. You'd be rich as fuck.
I gotta buy this fucking virtual reality. I'm gonna buy this shit. I was looking for.
It's not here yet, though.
Nah, you can. No. So the thing is that you need the fucking.
Wait, Meta envisions a virtual world where digital avatars connect through work, travel, or entertainment using VR headsets.
That's what I'm saying.
Zuckerberg has been bullish on the metaverse, believing that it could replace the internet as we know it. The next platform in medium would even would be even more immersive and embodied internet, where you're in the experience, not just looking at it. And we call this experience the metaverse.
So I've been looking at this shit. I've been looking at the Quest 2 for a while too. I wanted to buy one of them shits. The Quest 2 is fucking the virtual reality shit that Facebook owns.
It's not better than Oculus though, is it?
It's the same shit, low key. Oculus is probably a little better, because it's connected to your PC and shit.
Get
but
Oculus,
it's just a little more expensive and a little more involved. I like a little more streamlined. And a little
Come on,
more,
bro.
You know, like a little more streamlined.
If you're gonna invest, you gotta get the.
Nah, fuck that shit. The reason why I don't give a fuck about the Oculus shit is because the Quest 2 is built by Facebook, so obviously their shit's gonna probably be tailored to that shit a little better, run a little better on that shit. That it's built by these niggas, so or they own this shit. So I'm gonna want to get the shit that they're selling low key.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, like, yeah, I'm gonna try this shit out, whatever this metaverse is, what they're trying to sell. It seems like some bullshit to me, low key. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't see what the big deal is. Like, there's no way niggas is really gonna go to 3D Facebook. Like, if
you don't think so?
It better be more than just Facebook, is what I'm saying.
Like what else?
I don't know. You're saying this, you put the topic in the fucking buying land in the metaverse. I don't know what that means. What does that even mean? What am I even going to?
Imagine if you could just buy a mansion in the metaverse so that when you're there, you're like, oh, I got this nice house.
I need people to use it and review it so I can tell if I want to get it or not. That's what my life has become, is watching YouTube reviews of shit and figuring out, all right, maybe I want to try this out. I need niggas to buy this shit and use it and review it on YouTube so I can watch those videos and see if I want to get into the metaverse.
Wait, so if you buy land in the metaverse, do you have to build your building?
I would hope so.
So you're just buying the plot of land. What is it?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
But that's my thing.
Isn't it
the
infinite?
upload? Think about the upload.
Land itself, to me, right now, there's no new land growing, so it's expensive to buy land. Whereas in the metaverse, nigga, this shit's digital. You can make more. This shit better be cheap as fuck.
And you probably want to live together in the metaverse.
People are doing this because in the future we're not going to be able to go outside because global warming is going to heat us up and we're just going to have to stay inside.
They're going to want us to stop consuming, so they're like, here, go in this world and consume.
And here's the thing, land in one area is more expensive than land in another area because of location. Does it matter in the metaverse since it's digital? Because you can just travel anywhere instantly, so it's, I don't know.
Bro, if we could just go on vacation instantly right now, we're lit.
But it's in the metaverse, so you're not really on vacation. You're just wearing a headset.
But you feel it. You're there. You're in the suit that we talked about.
And
you're
that glove.
You're in the glove suit.
Wild ass glove.
No, but they made a suit at this point, and we're.
So I'm about to be getting some blowjobs in the metaverse. Is essentially what you're saying.
100%.
Or some hand jobs.
Bro, the metaverse, you could literally do anything. You could be a fucking superhero.
That's what I'm wondering.
I'm trying to fly around in the metaverse. Are you fucking kidding me?
I need to see some people doing some reviews.
Kristen,
please send us some reviews on the metaverse, people.
It doesn't exist though.
That's what I'm saying. So there are definitely some niggas doing some beta tests of the metaverse. There's gotta be. There's gotta be some motherfuckers beta testing the metaverse right now. There's gotta be. As long as whatever we do, we don't let robots start fucking, because it don't make no sense.
Yo, what the fuck? I can't.
I seen you put that topic into the fucking chat, and I'm like, T doesn't that sounds like some fake shit to me. There's no way.
What is it?
The robots fucking.
No, it's real. These the Xenobots.
Bro, that's not real to me. That's not real. I know it might be a real story, but it's not real to me. Like, it doesn't. You
don't want it to be real.
It's not real to me, bro. There's no way robots are making more robots.
I mean, it's not in the sense of like.
Well, yeah, explain to the people what's going on right now.
All right. Hold on, let me pull up the article.
Please, because these people might be like,
there's actually multiple
articles
on this right now. Really, bro? What are you doing?
This shit is like
so fucking loud. ASMR for the listeners.
Yeah, for real.
We can go with the CNN article. Let's go with that.
How many different articles are there?
There's a lot, bro. It's a handful. Where should I start reading? Let's see. Formed from the stem cells of an African clawed frog, Xenopus labius, I don't know if I pronounced that right, from which it takes its name, xenobots are less than a millimeter, 0.04 inches wide. The tiny blobs were first unveiled in 2020 after experiments showed that they could move, work together in groups, and self-heal. Now the scientists have developed themselves at the University of Vermont, Tufts University, and Howard University. Wyeth Institute for Biologically Inspired Engineering said that they have discovered an entirely new form of biological reproduction different from any animal or plant known to science. Frogs have a way of reproducing that they normally would use, but when you liberate the cells from the rest of the embryo, you give them a chance to figure out how to be in a new environment. Not only do they figure out a new way to move, but they also figure out apparently a new way to reproduce.
I'm tripping.
Crazy.
I wish you didn't tell me any of that.
But what did he tell you though? He didn't tell you anything.
No, it's the concept that that this thing could just be so tiny and smart and just like do some shit on its own.
It just knows what to do.
Like it's just intelligent. How do you create an intelligent like slime? I don't know.
It's not that I don't believe the story. That's something that I'd have to see with my own eyes personally.
Yeah, I feel that. Like
that's not.
Show me.
I don't want to say I don't believe the story, but when I hear
there's photos of it and shit right here.
They're doing the fucking trial of that woman.
I need to see it with my own. I need to see it with my own eyes. There's just certain things I just
conspiracy alert.
Yeah,
niggas are conspiracy. Cooking, bro.
It's the niggas landing on the moon.
It's a cover up. It's literally just a cover up because Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever the fuck her name is on trial right now. Like Jeff Epstein's wife. I'm telling you, it's just fake news just to drown this out.
It's niggas landing on the moon.
Because nobody wants to face the fact that we had a pedophile island.
Don't believe it till you see it.
I don't believe. You look at that video, niggas.
But
look at that video.
If you watch a video,
look at the niggas
in 5-10 years from now.
Do you believe that video of them niggas on the moon?
All right, bro. You already know how I feel about that shit, nigga. Come on now.
TTT will exclusive.
Niggas look fucking. That shit look like it's in Hollywood, bro. That shit like shot around the corner from your crib, dog. In the valley, they shot that in the studio,
bouncing around and shit. Oh my gosh.
That's what it is. Kristen's brought up a great point. Some wild shit. Hold on, what's going on with that trial? Do we know what's going on with that trial? Because I didn't even know that shit was happening.
No, it's happening. It started on the 1st.
What trial?
No, not the 1st.
Jeffrey Epstein's wife.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who they caught up.
Yo. We're gonna be sick when we see who was really like on that flight.
You seen they gave was it El Chapo's wife?
Oh, she got arrested for drug trafficking.
Or she got time. I think they gave her like 3 years or some shit.
3 years.
3 years ain't shit.
No.
She's thankful.
Yeah, she's beautiful too.
Bro, but for the amount of shit she was probably around, goddamn.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. So for her to get that much time, I'm sure she's coming out to still coming out to some money, like after a good life, after, you know.
Should be all right.
Well, what else is going on in the world today? That Kyle Rittenhouse. Well, I mean, what else is there to really say about that shit?
Oh, you saw that he withdrew from his school?
But he's going back though. I thought he's going back.
They're trying to petition and not allow him to come back to.
And I hope that's the rest of his life. Yeah. I hope that everywhere it goes, it haunts him, and he can never.
Nah, he'll be fine.
I hope not.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Whatever he gets into. He's thought of his like people like. I mean.
They did raise like $1 million for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And there's a mixed bag. The jury on him was too mixed. Like, and
the judge was fucking insane.
I mean, that shit also sucks. But at the same time, like, yo, there was aspects of that case where like, yo, he was kind of defending. So they were whooping his ass. They were fucking him up. He did tell him to back up. Should he have been there with a gun? No, I don't think anyone agrees with him being there. A 16-year-old, 17-year-old kid with a gun defending a place that he has no business defending. No,
defending you over a target.
But should they have been whooping this kid's ass? No, they should not have been whooping this dude's ass.
Why would they? I'm sorry. If someone has a gun and they're pointing it at me, I would definitely like spring into action, and that's just me. And maybe that's not self-defense. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's
you know what I'm saying. Like, to me, that's self-defense. But how is he going to call that? You drove over state lines. You're not even allowed to have this gun. All of this is illegal as fuck.
Well, no. He drove over state lines, and the person whose gun it was gave it to him. So that in that situation, that gun was legal. That situation.
It's legal to have a gun when you're fucking. How old was he?
16. Yeah. If someone gives you a gun at his age in that state, that was legally owned. That's what I'm saying. The situation, the reason why he got off was there was, you know, the way they played the case was wild, but a lot of the stuff he got off was just circumstances of the area he lived in. And the video shows they were whooping this kid. The dude was hitting him over the head with a skateboard. He was fucking him up.
I don't know. I also seen a video of the same Kyle Rittenhouse beating a girl up, like literally like days, weeks before this happened.
That case and all that might be the case. I can't deny that.
I just think he's a total piece of shit who went there to fucking bring a gun and do something.
But what I'm saying is that you see someone with a gun, you act. Me personally, I'm gonna act accordingly. I'm not gonna.
Well, what if they're just a young punk ass?
I don't think he would have shot. I don't think he would have shot those dudes if they weren't attacking him. I don't think he would have shot those dudes if they weren't attacking him.
I don't got nothing to say.
I think that's the biggest thing about that is what you're saying is not untrue. He shouldn't have been there with the gun and any of that. Those dudes should not have been attacking him.
And so then when you make a childish decision, when you have a big boy gun in your hand and you murder people, that's when you have to face the reality. And there's no reality that he has to face, and that's what sucks, right?
Well, the issue about that is that they were attacked. That's what I'm saying. It's going to come down to because here's the thing. It's a Black Lives Matter. It's a Black Lives Matter protest, right? Black Lives Matter is a peaceful movement. Technically, you should have not been attacked. He didn't threaten them or anything like that. They were attacking this dude.
I guess you say that, but like we weren't there.
There's video. That's what I'm saying. You gotta watch the video and stuff, Kristen. That's what I'm saying. You see this shit and you're like, okay. I didn't know a lot about this case and I did some research and I'm like, oh shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit shouldn't have been going down like that. Because one, it's a peaceful movement. They shouldn't have been this kid shouldn't have. His mom should, if anybody should be responsible for the shit, it should be his mom. His mom drove him there. His mom brought him to this event, knowing what he was gonna do. Like that's, if anyone should be responsible, is his mom, your caretaker, because at this point you have someone who's underage doing all these things. Your caretaker brought you here to this event knowing that you were gonna get a gun and be protecting this building. Because in these Black Lives Matter movements, these buildings have been getting broken into, and that's what he came here to do. He's protecting this building. Dudes pull up on them. He tells them to back away. They come at him, start attacking him, start fucking him up, actually. There's video of him getting hit over there with a fucking skateboard. And he lets off on these dudes. Now, if that's any other situation where it's a black kid and that was a white dude, I think we're rooting for a little homie. Like, legit, they should not have, they just should, in the end of the day, they should have just kept it moving. You see little dude, yeah, he should not be there with that gun and shit like that, but fuck him.
Yeah, but who's to say they would have killed him and not just whooped his ass? I think in that, I'm sorry, in that case, fair. He deserves to get as a fucking ass.
That's fair.
And that's it.
That's fair.
That's why I just feel like you can't, but then you can't say that this life doesn't matter, that, oh, it's an accident. He didn't know.
No, I don't think it's an accident. I don't think it's an accident at all. What I'm saying is that the shitty thing about the situation is that they're able to justify what he did because of what they were doing.
But this is also a 16-year-old kid that thinks the idea of protecting is shooting someone.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So you don't give someone with that type I don't think you're gonna do that. You're gonna be out there acting like that with a 16-year-old with a gun in your face.
Or the fact that this kid is now meeting with the the former president. And also
prior to that happening,
bro,
I don't see you acting like that with a 16-year-old with a gun in your face, T.
But like,
am I wrong or am I right?
What do you mean?
Trying to attack some 16-year-old with a gun in your face, saying back up. Are you swinging on him, or are you like, you know what? Fuck this dude. I'm gonna keep it moving. Exactly my point. That's what I'm saying.
But it's also, you gotta understand the circumstances in which this all happened. It's at a Black Lives Matter protest. You have a kid that just pulled up to protect the event.
No, he's protecting a building. He's keeping a building. He's standing in front of a building and keeping, it's like a business. And he's with a bunch of other people, and they're keep protecting his business to keep it from getting smashed, because all this happening to, we seen all the businesses around. And so they're standing in front of this building protecting it.
I just feel like that's like, you deserve to get your ass whooped for number one. You thought that you needed to pull up and fucking protect Target. Excuse me. You deserve your ass whooped.
Totally agree. But at that same time, if you got a gun, are you whooping that dude's ass? Are you whooping that dude's ass? I'm sorry, I'm not whooping that dude's ass.
If this was a black kid, do you think the same thing is happening? Do you think he's?
I think if this is a black kid, we're rooting for that kid.
No, but it's not about if we're rooting. I'm talking about the verdict. Do you think that it's the same?
No, I don't think the verdict wouldn't go the same, but I think the circumstances are different. I think once again, we're rooting for that kid. We're looking at that kid differently. I think the powers that be right now, because right now that kid's catching a bunch of hate.
You're rooting for him right now.
I'm not rooting for this kid. I'm looking at the facts of the situation. I'm not rooting for him.
You're saying that it makes sense.
I'm saying that this kid should not have been there with that gun. But the fact that he is irresponsible. But once again, T, you're not answering my question. Are you the one who's going to put this kid in check? No, you're going to keep it moving.
I think that
you're not answering my question. Are you going to be the one to put a 16-year-old who's got a gun?
But that doesn't matter, bro.
That does matter because those dudes try to do that and they got killed.
But like, they shouldn't be getting killed for fucking a non-lethal thing. Like
for attacking him,
bro.
They attacked him. So what are you saying?
I just think it's more motive than what you're looking at, bro. Like,
it's deeper than that.
He drove from out of state to go to this shit.
Exactly.
Yes. All right. So he drove from out of state to go to
protect a building.
You know what? This is what it is.
So what I'm saying is
during a march.
Right. So I'm saying
for Black Lives Matter.
So what I'm saying is this. Let's say perfect world. Everyone keeps marching, protests, and keeps it moving. And knowing, do you think someone's getting killed that night? You think he's running? He's not running up to anyone getting killed that night, shooting at him.
But hold on, this is the thing. The reality is what it is. It boils down to the intimidation that having a gun causes in 100%. A mass of people. And I think that is a responsibility that you have to own up to in that moment. And that means that if you're a young punk ass little bitch that's going to get your ass whooped because they know that they can do that, and then you get scared and you kill them, you deserve to be held accountable for that bullshit because you shouldn't fucking be here in the first place, dog.
That doesn't fly in areas of America where you have a license to carry.
I just think I don't agree with guns. So that's the point, right? Is that the fact that
you're saying you don't agree with guns, but you're talking about an area where license to carry is legal.
It's also not his
It's the energy that a gun has.
100%.
And that's the reality.
That's a greater, you're talking about the greater thing about guns.
Has, like, just being around people, like, has an effect on that.
Yeah, of course. So I'm not going to deny that.
Own up to the responsibility that's what you have to face.
The laws aren't going to hold a dude accountable for that, though.
But life will.
That might be the case,
and that's why he ain't going to school. And I hope that's his fucking life if he can't.
I don't see that being the case, and that's what there's too many people who on both sides would agree with that. Because once again, I say if this kid's black, you have America rooting for a black kid getting assaulted. I just feel like
you can't say that. Like, I just don't see a world in which a mass of black people is protecting a fucking Target because of what? What is like in the reality?
If a black kid's getting assaulted by two white guys, because let's not forget these two guys are white. So you have a black kid who's getting assaulted by two white guys, and he shoots him. Are you telling me right now that America's not rooting for this kid?
I refuse to put to think about that because it's just like so far it's not possible.
I mean, all right, you don't have to, but I will say my opinion, and I think America's rooting for that kid.
Yeah.
I think the powers that be that we fuck with are rooting for that kid. If the situation is reversed, or not reversed, just the color of that kid is reversed, because if what that situation happened, if those two guys kept it moving, didn't attack this kid, they would still be alive. They chose to attack him. There's video of them fucking this kid up, him telling them to back away, and them fucking him up. One of them hitting him with a skateboard.
Okay.
One of them lived.
I'm with you, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's bigger than just that moment. They were there for different reasons, right? So that's what you're telling me. So that's why it's hard for me to put them in the opposite space, because it's not the reality.
That's the thing that we don't know. That's the thing we don't know, because all right. So during the Black Lives Matter movements, you had a bunch of bad actors, a bunch of people who were doing things, breaking into buildings,
or
who shouldn't have been.
Whatever.
Yeah. Bad plans. These two white dudes could have been dudes who were about to break into a building, or dudes who were looking to break into a building. We don't know what these dudes' intentions were. We don't know. Regardless,
that is life teaching you a lesson, is that you don't need to, regardless if he verdict or not, all of this that he's facing right now is his.
I think what you're seeing his support of is the support of license to carry. People who are saying, yes, if I'm getting attacked by someone, I'm have a license to carry, I'm gonna shoot them. That's what you're seeing his support from. That's why you're seeing Trump take a photo with this nigga. That's why you're seeing like that. You said there was a GoFundMe for this nigga.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why you're seeing that, is because there's a lot of people on both sides who think, yo, this nigga was getting attacked. Yo, that's what should have happened, and that's just wild. But I don't know what else to like how else to feel about that, because that's what the laws and the judge, old ass bald ass nigga, said.
I don't know, man. I mean, I want to switch it up to some more wild shit. I don't know. My homie was actually the first one to plug me about it. Rep, actually. He hit me about this. He told me to go check it out.
What?
But PETA launched this like fake store called Urban Outraged. And it was like all of these pieces of clothing, and they had all types of apparel, like boots, shoes, jackets, but they're all made out of like human flesh.
That's cool.
And
sick.
They were like doing it like as
like a troll.
Yeah, just trolling.
Of course, that makes sense.
I was like, funny. Wow, PETA.
Hold on, is it real? It's not real.
You can't
it's not
buy
real.
shit. No, of course you can't buy that shit.
I mean,
it probably gave people hella ideas. They're like, yo, why not? If it's fake, why not make that?
What if PETA was actually super dark and they just like were promoting an agenda?
I would compare it to the same thing as because there's like, granted, you can make clothing out of certain animals, but you can't make clothing out of every fucking animal. You know, so it's like the same thing as that, like the same way, like,
bro. But they also have to understand that, like, you know, having animal fur and all that was like actually a way that people survived, and you know, like, they're trying to think that it's like this unhumane thing, and maybe it is, but like it originated from people in the cold, you know, trying to fucking stay warm. You know, you imagine you don't have fucking designer clothes to go buy in the store. You're just out in the wild. You're going to want to put something on that's going to allow you to survive these cold ass winters, like you're saying.
I mean, I think in those scenarios, like old school scenarios, like if it was like dog eat dog world and we weren't mass producing. Oh shit, my phone.
Oh, you got the iPhone. My bad.
If we weren't mass producing animals,
exclusive.
I feel like if we weren't mass producing animals, then I don't think it would matter if we had to hunt our food and our fur and all that. If it was like, you know, that type of world we lived in, I don't think PETA would exist. But because, you know, it's more of a
sustainable
retail level, yeah, like in that sense, I think that's a little different. I mean, it's cool. This is funny. This is like a little nice little troll. But I mean,
It's light.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever be. I don't know if PETA's ever gonna. I'm glad they're out there, that they exist, that this counterpart to killing animals exists.
Right.
But I don't know if they'll ever like 100% win and really put a stop to just like the killing of animals for just profit or for, you know, I don't think they'll ever really.
Who knows?
No, as long as we are buying leather shoes,
That's what I'm saying.
leather
I don't
goods,
think.
we're drinking milk.
Hey,
we're
if we can
eating-
make robots that can reproduce, we can make some fake fucking fur.
Yeah, I know the fake fur exists, and the fake fur is out there, and the fake
the
leather's
fake
out
fur
there.
Virgil had in his.
Yeah,
They should
was
be able to
fire.
grow that shit like grass. Honestly,
What?
They do, bro.
they should be able to grow fur like grass. I'll say it again.
They do that. That stuff exists already, but it's just you're just not allowed to charge the same type of money that you are for the real stuff. And the real stuff, nothing feels like the real stuff.
I just don't believe that. In 10 years, I won't believe that. I feel like you won't be able to tell.
maybe in 10, but I still, the reason why I don't is because the real stuff is the real stuff for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking about recreating, like...
You've told me you've seen fake shoes that you couldn't tell they were fake, right?
No, I've never seen fake shoes that I couldn't tell were fake. Not, that's, what do you mean, like a pair of shoes? Maybe from like just like looking at them, but when you go in the details, you can always tell fake pair of shoes. I've never seen fake shoes.
From just feeling a piece of like real fur.
I know it doesn't exist now. Maybe in this time that you're talking about, it might come close.
I'm telling you,
but once
they're gonna do it.
Again, the real stuff is the real stuff for a reason. I agree with the sustainability. The sustainability is the number one reason, but the real stuff is the real stuff for a reason, and that stuff's only gonna get more expensive. So you have people looking at price tags and being like, "Yo, what? I can charge this much for this."
Resale is sick.
Of course I'm gonna use real fucking kangaroo fur. Like I don't know.
Kangaroo fur
or kangaroo skin. I don't know.
Do they have fur? They don't have fur.
They maybe. I know they have kangaroo skin. I know they
hair.
have skin.
Maybe hair.
I've seen kangaroo burgers before. So
would you eat a kangaroo burger?
I wouldn't mind trying it.
Kristen, what about you?
I don't think so.
What about crocodile?
I would try crocodile. Yeah, I would try crocodile.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see what else I got. Shark?
I would try shark.
Good practice.
Whale?
I would try whale.
Would you do whale?
No.
I'll try
seal?
Whale. I would try seal.
No, I wouldn't try a whale because I don't want anyone killing a fucking whale just so I can eat it.
What if it was already dead?
Nah.
Only if... Okay, if we're speaking only if...
It got dead ass whale. Nigga.
It got bit and then it's just like floating and then you just sing. Take a little fresh...
I need some
fresh juice.
I need some freshly killed whale. Like some prime ass whale at the height of its life.
I wonder what whale meat would taste like.
It's probably...
You know, because their whole body's in one giant muscle.
That's
so
what
it's
they eat, like the Eskimos, right? Whale blubber?
That whale blubber.
What's
blubber?
Blubber.
That whale
Blubber?
blubber. That shit probably tasty as fuck. Shit probably
that's probably mad protein right there.
Hell yeah.
Put it in a smoothie.
Definitely ain't. I don't want no dead ass whale. You better fucking kill that whale at its prime.
Pass me that basketball real quick. I just keep looking at it.
Why? What do you want?
I just want to shoot hoops, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish that was a real size hoop on the wall. I would definitely shoot that shit.
Please don't break that hoop. What else is going on?
Can you dunk?
Yeah. No, I used to be able to, not anymore.
You're like, yeah, I can slam that shit.
Yeah. What else is there to talk about?
Not a whole lot, man. What you got planned for New Year's?
I mean, one thing we didn't talk about was Turkey Day because we recorded the day before Turkey Day.
Oh, how was
your food?
Kristen talked about hers.
I mean, my food was good. Now I'm like, I've realized now at this point in my life that Thanksgiving, all that really matters is the mac and cheese. Like, how was the mac and cheese on your Turkey Day?
You don't eat the yams?
I'm not saying I don't like the yams or the other
Green
stuff.
bean?
All the other stuff exists for a reason.
Mash?
But how was the mac and cheese? How was the mac and cheese? You can name all the other stuff. How was the mac and cheese busting? If it wasn't busting,
people are wilding with all these videos they're dropping about different ways to make mac and cheese.
If your mac and cheese wasn't busting, then I'm sorry, your Turkey Day was meh. I'm sorry. It
Kristen,
sounds
did
like
you eat mac and cheese on Turkey Day?
Oh
Yeah,
man.
what are you talking about,
Then
bro?
I'm sorry.
Parents don't make macaroni and cheese.
That's why your turkey day don't be busting like
I'm
that.
pretty sure that's not even like
That
a...
sounds like it. Because if I had a turkey day with no mac and cheese, I'm sorry, I did not have turkey day.
What?
Yeah, no, mac and cheese.
Since
definitely
when was
part of it.
mac and cheese a fucking
Are you serious? You just said, why is everyone talking about mac and cheese? It's because mac and cheese is an integral part of... I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for this disrespectful blasphemy that you have to witness right now.
Nah, sleep, bro.
Please let us know in the comments below how your mac and cheese was on your Thanksgiving.
Nah, let's be real. You let us know if mac and cheese is actually...
bro, you don't want me to ask the gram. You will be put to shame. You don't want me to ask the gram. You will be put
Ask the gram. Ask the gram.
You don't want me
Put
to
it
ask
to the
gram.
polls.
The question is
Put it to the
You don't want me to
polls.
ask the gram because I will put you
Come
to
on,
shame
man.
right now.
Wait, but what is the question? Is macaroni and cheese?
Cheese an intricate part to a Thanksgiving plate? Is mac and cheese an intricate part to a Thanksgiving plate?
You're gonna say that to the millennials?
No, I'm saying that to anyone, not to the millennials. I'm a
traditional
old head, so.
Thanksgiving.
Yes,
meals,
mac
bro.
and cheese is an intricate part. You were bugging if you were saying otherwise.
People go crazy. Like,
yeah, you are bugging. I'm sorry, bro. You are out of the. There's a loop
I wish
that
we
you
had
are out
macaroni
of. You are out of the loop, bro. I am sorry. My DM's gonna be crazy after this episode release because people are gonna be like, "What is T talking about, bro? You are bugging right now. You are crazy." It is unfortunate, but we're gonna. You know what? Next year we're gonna get you right, bro. We're gonna get some mac and cheese in your fucking Thanksgiving and your turkey day, and we're gonna bring it up.
We'll
a
make
notch.
it next year.
Yeah, we're gonna bring it up a notch for
We'll
sure.
make it delicious.
Sure.
We'll find
For
the most
we're
gorgeous
gonna crust
luxury.
the top. Got the top all crusted.
Yes.
Ooh, boy.
Good old
I really do. I'm not gonna hold you. Fried mac and cheese,
Bro,
bites.
come on, bro. What we talking here? What we talking here?
I never thought about that. Maybe I just didn't connect the dots.
Yo, it's
You just never
insane.
had it. Like, some
it's
good-ass
insane.
macaroni and
It's
cheese.
insane,
Damn.
literally.
I wish
These are
you
the
would show
finer
up at my
things
holiday to
in
make it.
life, in life.
This is the finer things,
Yo.
ladies and
What
gentlemen.
happened?
I'm sorry.
Did I stop recording?
Nah, your mic unplugged, B.
Can you hear me still?
Yeah, now I
Alright, cool.
can.
Fuck it.
I felt like I couldn't for a minute though.
I could.
What else is good?
Everything's good. I mean,
Life is
despite
good.
all of the bullshit that going on, the sadness that we've experienced the last couple of weeks,
Man.
like
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Omicron.
Turkey Day, other than the food, the Turkey Day was whack. We lost fucking Virgil and we lost Dolph. So like,
And
I mean, that
I had
wasn't
a
on
great uncle
Thanks-
die.
damn, that's just
A
whack.
bunch of people died.
was that on Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm.
That's just super whack.
Dude,
Yeah.
rest in peace to everyone.
Yeah.
You know, anyone lost because celebrating holidays with
Holidays
your
are hard for
family-
everybody too.
with your family after you lost someone it's tough, So
I know there's some good news though. The Barbados becoming a republic.
Hell yeah!
That's just some good news. So
Get your republic on.
yeah, let's go.
they kicked because they were being run by the queen at
Yeah. They
right?
said, "Girl, get your own life."
Yeah, just get the fuck out of here.
And then they made Rihanna like a hero, a national
hero.
I just think that's so. Thank
So
you.
she has superpowers and shit, right? Was that what that means? Or
She
like
can do whatever she
Batman?
wants.
It's beautiful.
She like Batman or something? She like Catwoman? She's like Catwoman of the city? Like, is that, and that's where they said, this is where the pregnancy rumors came about, right? Is this what the pregnancy
They're haters. I mean, probably because she was just standing there like respectfully with her hands down like over her stomach, and people probably like,
Over
"Oh,
that
she's
love
pregnant."
pouch,
But
that love pouch on that tummy. That's what that is. That was a love pouch. Because
Good in a
ASAP, Rocky be laying his head on that.
Hey,
When they be watching Insecure
No
or some
cap,
shit.
bro.
They be watching Insecure and he be laying his head on that. Like,
Thanksgiving just fucking passed. You know what I'm saying?
that's what it is. That's just a love pouch.
Come on now.
Pouch. That's all that was.
She big chillin'.
Yeah, I don't think she's pregnant. But if she is pregnant,
I don't think she is. But I mean, all hail Rihanna. I pledge allegiance.
I hope
to
she has a
Rihanna.
daughter. I hope she has a daughter if she is pregnant. Because if she has a son, that poor boy.
No, I feel like Rihanna would raise
What do
a
you
really
mean?
good man.
Dude, to have like one of the
Rihanna
hottest
as a mom?
Yeah, nigga, like, bro, everyone's be like, yo, bro, your mom, dog, bro. Your mom.
Your mom's
That's fucking
Rihanna?
Bro,
funny.
your mom's, bro, your mom, dog. Every kid's gonna be like, bro, your mom, man. Bro, man.
That is
Is your
so
mom
funny.
coming today? Is your mom drop picking you up from school today, bro? That's teachers asking them that. This teacher's like, yo, is your mom coming to pick you up? Oh, ASAP?
They would make
Man,
the
Rocky's
most
coming to pick
beautiful
you up?
child.
What was that?
They would make the most beautiful child.
I know. That's
'Cause
why I
they both
wouldn't be
got the like
surprised if she
soft
is.
features.
That's why I'd be surprised if she is pregnant, because, you know.
They kind of look alike. Like they have like this, like the soft, like perfect feature skin. Like
Yeah,
just
no.
they're so beautiful. I seen ASAP Rocky one time at a bar, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I was with my girl Rachel. I said, Rachel, did you see him? Like, he just like looked like a beam of light. I was
And for
like,
the most part,
whoa.
he seems like a pretty solid dude. I have no beefs with ASAP. He always seemed like he was like a stand-up dude.
He has like the most positive.
That's what I'm saying. He seems like he always
I've
brings
ever
like
seen.
good vibes. Always, regardless of his music career, like through him being fucking red hot to like him, like, you know, now in this part of his career, like
He didn't have anything to do with the V-Lone shit, right?
no. And he even like called Bari out for that shit. Like he even said like fuck Bari type shit at that time.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, yeah. He was definitely not fucking with Bari. They like ASAP kind of cut Bari out like a little bit
At that moment.
at that moment.
I love to hear that.
Yeah, they did. They did definitely shun him because he
That was
had
a fucked up video or fucked up
because
soundbite.
he had a song where he says shout out Bari, he's legit. That was the bar in the song. This is right after it happened, and he said fuck Bari, he's a bitch. This is in an audience in the show Mad, you know, ASAP shows like crazy live, and yeah, no, they definitely kind of shunned him for a little bit after that had happened. So I think he just seems like, you know, a solid dude. Like, so I never had any beefs with ASAP. So like, I'm not surprised. He seems like he's moved into that. He's always been comfortable with who he is. Never needed to be because he actually low key is kind of dude who's almost on Travis's kind of level as far as like he has, you know, Yams Day, which is like festival like in New York. He's a dude who headlines days and festivals. He'll headline like a Rolling Loud day.
But he also isn't dropping music like
He does. That's the thing. He doesn't. But his old music still.
It's not like Travis though.
No, his old music still resonates. Like when he performs, everyone still knows his songs.
Yeah, facts.
They know his bangers, and he's got a decent amount of them. They know him for his.
Bro, long live ASAP.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. That says a lot when they like know. When you can still headline. He headlined a Rolling Loud day in New York, one of the days. You know, when you can still when you're still like a headliner at a festival day. I think that's kind of goes to show like.
No, I definitely gotta give Rockies.
Of course, but I think the fact that he hasn't released as much music goes to kind of like his place in hip hop, like
Or place in life.
facts.
He's dating Rihanna, bro.
That's what I mean. Like he's got
He's
More
not
important
worried
things to
about
do,
making a mixtape right now. Or
way more important
album.
things to do.
Yeah, he's chilling.
But shout out Rihanna for becoming a superhero.
Yes, do we have
She's a
the round of
superhero.
applause? I don't want to
Unplugged
fuck that
allegiance.
up.
Barbados. Yeah.
I know the clap is in here somewhere, bro. I'm not
Yeah.
playing it.
She is the Wonder Woman of Barbados.
Facts.
Love her.
Yeah.
We'll get the air horn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and shout out Cardi B. I think she got her second diamond record.
I
deserves
don't know
Bodak
nothing,
Yellow.
but I believe it. She's a queen.
Bodak Yellow, and then she
All
had
the
that song
flowers.
with
Meg Thee Stallion.
the dudes who did the song with Maroon 5.
Oh hell yeah!
Cardi B, Maroon.
Get your plays, girl. I love Cardi B. I love watching her win. I love watching her win.
Girls Like You, yeah, Girls Like You. That shit just went diamond.
So good.
Yeah. So shout out Cardi B. Yeah.
Hell
Shout out
yeah.
women doing it. And I think she's only the second female to have 2 diamond records.
Hell yeah.
So shout out her. But yeah, what else is going on? Pay respect to Virgil. Robots having babies. Kristen went to Ohio. The Metaverse.
Yo,
Peter.
all I gotta say is, end of the year is coming up.
End of the year is coming up.
This was a long year, but
For
I
real,
feel
for
like,
real.
I mean, speaking for myself, I learned a lot. I'm ready for the next year.
End of the day, end of the year.
Amen.
Come on now.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tapping in.
Thank you for coming for another week. It is your
Big
boy,
facts.
Sin Supreme.
Sin exclusive.
And it's your boy T.
T will exclusive.
And me, Kristen Elizabeth.
Hey.
Yeah. Thank ya.
And
We'll see you next week.
yeah, rest in peace, Virgil.
Rest in peace,
in
Virgil.
peace.
Rest in peace, Dolph. And yeah, let's get it.
Come on now.
End of the day podcast.
Later, y'all.
Peace.